Hello, Junior 6. How are you today? We will talk about lesson 3 in the first concept that's talking about the parts of the cell. The parts of the cell. At first, we want to know what are the types of living organisms according to number of cells. We have two types. The first type, unicellular organisms, and multicellular organisms. So, living organisms are divided into two types according to number of cells. Unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. What's the difference between unicellular organisms and multicellular? Unicellular organisms, they are living organisms that their bodies consist of one cell only. Unicellular organisms, they are living organisms that their bodies consist of one cell only. Like what? Like bacteria. Like bacteria. And multicellular organisms, they are living organisms that their bodies consist of many cells. Multicellular organisms, their bodies consist of many cells. Like what? Like human, plants, and animals. So we have two types of living organisms, unicellular and unicellular. They are living organisms that their bodies consist or contains one cell only, like bacteria. And multicellular living organisms, they are living organisms that their bodies consist of many cells, like human, plants, and animals. After that, we will talk about the structure of multicellular organisms' bodies. As we said before, that the human body consists of systems, and each system consists of organs, and each organ consists of tissues, and each tissue consists of cells. And we say that the smallest part in the body of living organism is the cell. So similar cells form tissues, and different tissues form organs, and different organs form system, and different systems form the whole body. Okay, so the whole body consists of group of different systems, and system consists of group of different organs, and organ consists of group of different tissue, and tissue consists of similar cells. Let's talk about cells. We know that the human body composed of similar cells, and the human body contains different shapes of cells. The human body contains different shapes of animal cells. Like what? Like muscle cell and bone cell. Like muscle cell and bone cell. Tissues. The human body, we say it, contains of different shape of animal cells, and each tissue is composed of group of similar cells. So similar cells, group of similar cells form tissue to do the same function, like muscle tissue and bone tissue. Let's talk about organ. Each organ is composed of different tissues, group of different tissues form organ. Group of different tissues form organs. So we can say each organ is composed of group of different tissues, also to do its own function. Organs like what? Like heart, like stomach. Okay, let's talk about system. Each system is composed of what? Yeah, excellent. Composed of group of different organs. So each system is composed of group of different organs. Group of different organs can form system. System like respiratory system and digestive system. So the human body is composed of a group of different systems. Do you know the number of cells that found in the human body? Our human body contains about 40 trillion cells. 40 trillion cells. So the number of cells that found in the human body, 40 trillion cells. Now we will talk about cell parts. We will talk about parts of animal cell and plant cell. Animal cell and plant cell are common in some main parts. There are some main parts that found in animal cell and also found in plant cell. What are the main parts that found in animal cell and plant cell? Cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, and organelles. So, the main parts that found or common between animal cell and plant cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, and organelles. At first, we will talk about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gelatinous liquid. Gelatinous liquid means thick liquid and found inside the cell. And we will know the function of cytoplasm. After that, we will talk about cell membrane. Cell membrane, or we can say plasma membrane. This membrane, it surrounds the cell from outside. Surround the cell from outside, as we see. And nucleus. Nucleus located at the center of the cell. Located where? At the center of the cell. And there are in plant cell and animal cell some organelles like Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, and vacuoles. Organelles, they are different tiny structure, and each type of organelles has a specific or special function. Let's talk about the structure that found in plant cell only and not found in animal cell. We talked about the parts that found in animal and plant cells. And now we will talk about the parts that found in plant cell only. Plant cell has two parts or two structure found in it only and not found in animal, which are cell wall and chloroplast. Cell wall and chloroplast. Plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall from outside, and cell wall is made up of substance. This substance called cellulose. Again, plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall from outside. This wall gives the plant cell its definite shape, and this wall is made up of substance. This substance called cellulose. Plant cell has the ability to make photosynthesis process. Why? Because it contains chloroplast. contain chloroplast, and we will talk about the function of chloroplast, and we will know why plant cell can make photosynthesis process due to presence of chloroplast. This plant cell and animal cell, and the parts that common between two cells, and also the parts that found in plant cell only. The parts that common between animal cell and plant cell, repeat after me: cell membrane, Golgi apparatus, nucleus, cytoplasm, endoplasmic reticulum, and mitochondria. There are parts that found in both cells. And the difference between two cells: animal cell contain many small vacuoles, and the plant cell contains cell wall, sap vacuole, and chloroplast. Let's talk about the function of each part. At first, we will talk about cell membrane. We say that cell membrane, it's a membrane that surrounds the cell from outside. And the function of cell membrane is it protects the cell. The first function of cell membrane, it protects the cell, and it control the substance that can enter or leave the cell. Cell membrane can control substance that enter or leave. If the cell need any substance, cell membrane allow it to pass into the cell. And if the cell don't need some substance, cell membrane not allow this substance from entering or prevent this substance from entering. So we can say cell membrane control substance that enter or leave. Can it choose substance that the cell need? By what or through what? By or through selective permeability. Selective permeability. What is meant by selective permeability means the cell membrane feature can choose the substance that can enter or leave the cell, or can choose substance that the cell need. We can say selective permeability feature of cell membrane allow some substance to pass through it into the cell, and it prevent other substance from entering the cell. The second one, mitochondria. Mitochondria from organelles of cell. One of organelles of the cell. And mitochondria known as the powerhouse of the cell. The powerhouse of the cell. Why? Why mitochondria considered the powerhouse of the cell? Because it provides the cell with energy it needs. It provides the cell with energy it needs. How mitochondria provide the cell with energy? By converting sugar inside the cell into energy. Mitochondria can convert sugar inside the cell into energy, so it provides the cell with energy. So we can say mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. How mitochondria convert sugar into energy? By process called cellular respiration. By process called cellular respiration. We want to know what is meant by cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is a process that takes place inside mitochondria. And in this process, mitochondria use oxygen to obtain chemical energy. Again, cellular respiration takes place inside mitochondria, where mitochondria use oxygen to obtain chemical energy stored in food to help the cell make their function. After that, we will talk about nucleus. We say nucleus located at the center of the cell. What is the function of nucleus? Nucleus control all cell activities. It control all cell activities. Cell activities like what? Like formation of protein and like cell division. So we can say the function of nucleus, it control all cell activities, or we can say formation of protein, or we can say make a cell division, because formation of protein and cell division from cell activities. What is meant by cell division? Means cell form new cells. When cell is divided, it will form new cells. After that, we will talk about endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of endoplasmic reticulum? Endoplasmic reticulum like construction workers. Construction workers to build any building must transport the substance needed for building, and the cell to build the cell the cell need what? For building need protein. So after formation of protein, endoplasmic reticulum transport protein inside the cell to build and repair the cell. Again, endoplasmic reticulum has important function. Why? Because after formation of protein, it collects protein and transport protein inside the cell. Why? To build the cell and repair the cell. So in the plasmic reticulum, as we said, like construction workers. Construction workers transport substance that needed for building. Also in the plasmic reticulum, transport substance that the cell need to build it. What is the substance that helps the cell build? Protein. So in the plasmic reticulum help in collecting and transporting protein inside the cell to build and repair the cell. After that, we will talk about Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus Junior 6 like van or like suck. We can put different materials in suck. So Golgi apparatus from organelles of the cell, and as we say it, it's like suck. Why? Because Golgi apparatus help in packing and transporting different materials. These different materials transporting between the cells or out of the cell. Between the cells or out of the cell. After that, we will talk about cytoplasm. We said that cytoplasm is a gelatinous liquid. And we say it, gelatinous means thick liquid. What is the function of cytoplasm? All other parts of cell float on it. Again, cytoplasm, it is a gelatinous liquid, and all other parts of cell float on cytoplasm. Let's ask some question. What happens when sugar doesn't reach mitochondria inside the cell? We say it, mitochondria convert sugar into energy. So when sugar doesn't reach mitochondria, right, mitochondria can't provide the cell with energy or can't make cellular respiration. So mitochondria doesn't provide the cell with energy if sugar doesn't reach it or can't make cellular respiration. Another question. What happens when The cell membrane can't control selective permeability. We said selective permeability allows substance to enter and prevent other substance from entering. So, if cell membrane can't control selective permeability, also cell membrane can't control substance that enter or leave, because cell membrane controls substance that enter or leave by selective permeability. So if cell membrane can't control selective permeability, what happen? Cell membrane can't control the substance enter or leave the cell. Another one, what happen when there is no chloroplast inside the plant cell? Who can tell me? We say it. Plant cell can make photosynthesis process due to presence of chloroplast. So if there is no chloroplast, plant cell can't make photosynthesis process or can't make its own food. Excellent, Junior 6. Plants can't make its own food by photosynthesis process.